Everyone, hope everything is going well. I was planning on doing a loaded box video again. I've done many of them, and it's, how should I say it? It's very embarrassing for Fanatics when now a whole lot of people have figured them out. Now, I get it. There are pages that will defend Fanatics. Some of them are aligned with Fanatics, so you have to keep in mind when you see some of these videos. And they're trying to debunk loaded boxes. I just find it quite interesting. And I get it, if you're associated with a company that's doing hanky panky, you got to play the company line. You got to play the role as the company guy or gal. But let's take a look at this from Boston Card Hunter. I have nothing against him. We've had exchanges that were quite civil, but I don't agree with him here. And I'll play the video on Instagram.
Dice are independent events. Trading cards are manufactured. Cards are printed into sheets, cut into batches, and collated mechanically, which means you can get clustering, especially with particular inserts. These three cards weren't even great hits. They weren't superfractors. Even companies operating at Six Sigma levels of quality can expect anomalies. Six Sigma doesn't even mean zero errors. It means a predictably low variance across millions of units. So when you open enough product, and you do it on camera, true randomness actually looks messy like this. You get streaks, you get repeats. It's probability interacting with manufacturing. So no, these aren't loaded boxes. It's actually proof of scale and randomness within a system that's working the way it's designed to. Why would Topps intentionally give 3 random debut patches to a breaker to open up in camera? To what, piss off trolls?
Okay, so this is a way for, in my opinion, to destroy the narrative that they're loaded boxes. And behind that was a KPMG audit. The reason why they did the KPMG audit was because Fanatics was accused of giving loaded boxes time in and time out. Okay. If you just go to some of what I've uncovered and what other people have uncovered, there's hanky panky all over. And the list could go on and on and on. I'm going to play you some videos that I did and where I was collaborating with others, and I'm going to show a SCR video as well. And you could take a look. There's hanky panky all over. And Fanatics is losing the PR battle in terms of loaded boxes. Let's take a look at this video from Chasing Cardboard that I did.
Dude, number to 10, Mike Trout. Oh my God. Dude, who's getting this card? You?
Let me repeat that.
Oh my gosh, dude. Number to 10, Mike Trout. Oh my God. Dude, who's getting this card? You? It's yours.
All right, so it's a very scarce Mike Trout card, and in this video, he talks about, hey, Topps is working with us.
Dude. Number to 10, Mike Trout. Oh my God. Dudes, who's getting this card? You? It's yours. It's not mine. I want to sleeve this up for you. Wait, actually, I'm dead serious. 6 of 10, Mike Trout. These are some acetate clear card. People hunt, spend thousands of dollars to find this card right here. That is a monster card. Oh, that's the special pack. Yeah, that's cool. Those are cool. I can't believe we just stole that card. I've opened 100 cases looking for an acetate clear. Yeah, I just getting that card. Oh, let's find it. Oh, take more. Oh, yeah, it's all yours. Yeah, it's all yours. Thank you. You got it, guys. Clear base. 1 in 3,590 packs.
You heard it from Chasing Cardboard. The probability of getting this is 1 out of 3,500 packs. Okay? And in this video, he said that Topps partnered with them for this collaboration. So is that a loaded box? Or what they're going to be like, no, 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 that's marketing. That's marketing. So that's a loaded box. So all the people that say no loaded boxes, like what would they say to this video when Fanatics gave them this box? It's a coincidence. Chasing Cardboard has what, over 20,000 subscribers at that time? It's more now. Okay, you want to look at something else, and this was the reason why they came up with the audit, in my opinion, and because they were also, in my opinion, giving these hot boxes to mama breaks and these breakers, and people don't want to go after a woman, so that's why they probably give her loaded boxes. I called it out. I'm not playing these games, but let's take a look at this.
Says right here, I have a big one, I am sure. And he is actually referring to the trading card. This is a G-rated show. We're going to keep this G-rated. But at the 6-second mark, we're going to walk you through frame by frame, folks. We're not just going to make accusations over here. We'll watch you through frame by frame why this box might be rigged. Griezmann says, I have a big one, I am sure. He makes the comment before he's able to actually see the card. Now, could he maybe see through this little this little foam thing that everybody knows is on top of the little... I'm David Lichtenstein. I founded Lightstone in box, maybe. He's probably opened maybe a box of these two before. Maybe he knows he hit a cut signature or something huge. Probably minor. I don't think Antoine is a part of any conspiracy here. But it is interesting, again, if you're presenting this case before a judge, you would say, hey, this guy said I have a big one, I am sure. And when he was talking about the card inside of the box, okay, not anything else. As the video proceeds, again, he says, he tells Ruben, I have a big one, I'm sure. Ruben's getting a little scared. He's like, dang, what's it about? He reveals the top of the card, and that is when David Leiner, the president who handed him the open box, he says, Jackie. He says, Jackie at the 12-second mark. He says, Jackie. So he calls it out, and you see Guzman over here is looking at Ruben like, oh, I got you, buddy. Jackie. He says, oh. And then the reveal. Oh. David Leiner, we're going to talk about him in a second, but here's his little surprise face. And he handed him a box that had a Jackie Robinson cut signature that you're about to see in a minute. Everybody's freaking out. And you never see the wrapping for the box. I want to go back to frame one. This wrapping, I've watched this video, and maybe I haven't watched it close enough, but this wrapping never comes into frame. So maybe it was tossed aside, maybe it was thrown away, maybe it wasn't on there to begin with, but we never see that wrap again. There's the Jackie Robinson cut. That's obviously a very expensive card. Now, we're not done. You see the inner box wrapping. What happens when you open the box, there's these two inner boxes that are, again, saran wrap sealed, and then a box.
I could go on with this video from SCR, but okay, that's a loaded box. Okay? And there's a no loaded boxes, no loaded boxes. It's a conspiracy theory. You guys are nuts. Yeah. You have a soccer guy pulling a rare Jackie Robinson card with Michael Rubin in there. What is that? Is that just a coincidence? All these people want to finger point saying, oh, there's an audit, isn't that? The audit was for the distribution. The audit was never for marketing. Okay? Let's look at this video that I did with Professor Sports Cards live the other day. Not the other day, a few weeks ago. I think right before Christmas. Let's take a look at this. This is from Hobby Box Lukes. And by the way, not many people covered this in the hobby. I think SCR wrote an article. You had a few stories here and there, but this was radio silence. Why is that? Everyone's covering filth bond, filth bond, filth bond, but not this. Why is that? Let's take a look.
In that group chat, so they would remember this. And a couple of people said, "Oh, it'll be Yorkshire. He's on the rise. He's on the up." And then a couple of people bet that it would be day 2 that it gets pulled, right? So nevertheless, it gets pulled on day 2. Thierry Henry, I end up buying it. I think I give Adam, Yorkshire Adam, I want to say £2,000 and £500 towards his charity at the time, right? It was strange, but we did it, right? I wanted to buy the card regardless. I would have paid any amount. One, just to piss off Shazad and to piss off Jeff. So I did buy it outright. Yeah, I bought that. I think I paid, like I said, I think I paid $2,000 and $500. It might not be Jeff Wilson, so I don't know that for sure, but I can only guess. Let's give it a few more seconds towards Adam's charity, and Adam also put like $500 towards the charity, which it went on to be a crazy thing, right? So that was all the information we had on that. We didn't know anything else at that time, right? So that particular card, we can't say whether there was any information regarding that particular Henry card. It just looked sus. And everyone in the hobby around that sort of WhatsApp group, the breakers, the traders, the people that go into the card shows, they all knew at the time that it looked sus, right? It just did. So you move on from that, right? Then the next one that comes up is Matt Smith. He's got the crutch, right? Bearing in mind, this fella's walking around the fucking SoCo card show with Adam, you know, hand in hand, with his crutch in the other one, hobbling along like Fagin. And he gets introduced to everyone. People start to know who he is. So Matt Smith was employed by Topps Fanatics as the breaker program in the UK, right? So his main job was to talk to all the breakers that was, you know, within the UK, and he would then help them become part of the breaker program. Now this is good. I'm very interested, so I'm going to let it keep going. He shows this. I want to highlight. He got this as a breaker on, 12/18, joined the Gold Logo Man IG takeover. So breakers got sent this to make sure they all had the Gold Logo Man picture at 9 a.m. for launch day. You know, so it's all coordinated. It's not, they're thinking 10 steps ahead. It's all bullshit. Let's continue this video. For people that don't understand what the breaker program is, the breaker program was initiated in America that would allow people that had that was a breaker could get a breaker account. So in America, you have multiple different accounts, which are now being changed. You're seeing from a poster today. You had a shop account. If you had bricks and mortar, you was allocated a certain amount. If you was a breaker, you was allocated a certain amount. And then there's also other accounts like influencer accounts and celebrity account. There's all different, right? But he was instructed to build the UK breaker program pilot, which would have then got ready for the Fanatics Live, right? So that's where it started. So he went round and interviewed everyone. Spoke to, well, not me, unfortunately, but that's neither here nor there. He went round, he learned about everyone's accounts. He's learned about everyone's business plans. Bearing in mind, all of these people have been out to dinner with him, right? All of the breakers have been out, had meetings with these people. And then the London card show comes up and they announce the Ronaldo, right? And this isn't a dig at Harry. I spoke to Harry already. Harry knows. Third Down's just entered the chat. You boys might want to stick around because you was there. So Harry announces the Henry, and we're like buzzing. Can't wait. Not Henry, sorry, Ronaldo. The Ronaldo one comes up, and we're all talking about it. We're like, right, who's ready for this? So as always, before the London card show, there is a meet-up, trade sort of unexclusive sort of thing at the Travel Lodge in Shepperton, where everyone meets up, has a drink and sort of trades and does stuff. Matt's there with his little crooked walking stick. Okay, and he's on the whistles. He sits there. I've got the video. I paid a lot of money at the time for this video. He sits there with Kelly and Paul, which is Football Cards Direct Trade Week, and he sits there with the guys from Third Down, right? So if I'm lying, these lot can all stick up and say they're lying, right? But I've got the video because I paid a lot of money for that video at the table. Trust me. If I need to release the videos, we can release the videos.
So this guy's saying that a 1-of-1 was hit. I don't pay attention to soccer. I forget the guy's first name. The second one's a Ronaldo, and it's Henri. And it was basically given to. He learns about it's given to it. They already called which breaker was going to open it and which day. And now he's telling a story on the Ronaldo. And this guy, Matt Smith, has now researched and is involved with all the breakers in London. And Matt Smith is going to decide who the fuck gets the 1-of-1 to make it a big advertisement, to make it all the eyeballs. And that's what he's saying in his English accent in a long form. But he is, and he's also big. He's not small. He has 21,000 followers on Instagram. He's a bigger breaker in the UK. So I do want to kind of finish the video. I know, Raul, you have any thoughts, comments on what we're watching?
Yeah. A few years ago, people used to go crazy when I used to talk about loaded boxes. They said that I had no evidence. And what I said is, hey, this looks suspicious. We need to basically do, more investigating. We need to, ask more questions. And I used to, Mama Breaks, right? Heard of her, right?
Not my favorite. Yeah.
Okay. But I used to say, like, hey, look, it was really strange how Mama Breaks kept on getting the hits. And with Star Wars, she was just getting all of these scarce cards that really hard to pull. And also other sports cards as well. And the stigma, if you go after a woman, people are going to come after you, your sex.
Yeah, I'm not going to get more into that. But yeah, I talked about it a couple of years ago. People said you need more evidence. Well, you have what it looks to be like a whistleblower here, calling it out. And he was threatened with litigation, basically, from Fanatics. So Fanatics is doing hanky-panky and trying to silence people via litigation. What's up with that? I saw that Boston Card Hunter. He was trying to, defend Fanatics. But can someone from Fanatics go over the claims that Hobby Box is making? Hobby Box Luke is making? Can someone do that from Fanatics' end? And if they can't, then, it's hanky-panky. It's loaded boxes everywhere. Last thing I want to leave at is I was sent this. This is Hunter Page. And Hunter Page was then looking at my IG, which was quite funny after I posted this as a story. And, a lot of people think, oh, no, loaded boxes and this and that. Okay. Hunter Page said on LinkedIn, super pumped to share my new role at Fanatics as a growth manager, creative programming. As Fanatics Live and Collect evolve, we will continue to drive the best collector experience possible and create long-lasting impact through intentional. What's intentional? And thoughtful moments. What better way to do that with some of the best athletes and creators in the world? If you know a creator or athlete who should partner with Fanatics Live and Collect, reach out. DM's open. I'd love to connect. There's Emma Roberts. You have Kat. What is this? Aoki? You have all these people, right? And they're getting the hits, right? Look at this over here. Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, he found a 1-of-1 Yamamoto rookie card autograph card. He has a YouTube channel. Is this authentic? You just had the guy at Fanatics say, oh, we want to collab with these athletes. What kind of boxes are they getting? Are they getting randomized boxes? No. Did those boxes fall under the audit from KPMG? No. The KPMG audit focused on distribution. It did not focus on marketing. No one from the hobby establishment has come out and say that, hey, AIH, you're wrong. The audit focuses on distribution and marketing. And a lot of people did not read that. Fanatics guys and gals, the PR, they're gaslighting. Simple as that. And I have no confidence in what they're saying, what they're doing. They're trying to market to like naive people, younger people that don't know what's going on. Like, why would you be buying these boxes? The only boxes that I buy for fun right now is the Decision Political set. That's it. I'm not buying any sports cards like this. I'm not going to do that. It's rigged. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you later. Bye.